Magnus Carlsen absolutely obliterates Vishy and Nond in this game. We have e4 and c5 by Vishy, and now this is the Sicilian defense, and we have knight f3. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I make chess videos almost every single day. c5 is probably the best move against e4 that computers have found. It's the most even, and we just have d6, a very solid opening, with check, bishop blocking, and we trade off the bishops. The queen takes back, so note that the queen has been moved one time so far. We have c4 now by Magnus, trying to stop this pawn from going forwards, and now knight out by Vishy, attacking this pawn. This pawn is undefended, so Magnus defends it with his knight, and we have g6 ready to fianchetto this bishop and try to castle over here. Now Magnus plays d4. He always finds the best pawns breaks in the position. I don't know how he does it, but almost every time there is a good pawn break, he sees it. Now we have pawn takes, knight takes, and Magnus's position's already looking dominant with these two knights in the position, and his pawns are defended. Well, this one's not defended, but it's not being attacked, so it doesn't need to be. Now we have bishop out, fianchettoing it, and now f3 by Magnus. This isn't really my favorite move. It's probably the best move, but it looks a little weird. Ben Feingold says never push your f-pawns, but I guess it stops this queen from coming in anywhere, or this knight. We have queen to c7, and that is the second time he has moved this queen. I did say that this pawn was undefended, and it is. And now Magnus plays these pawns. This is very odd. It's a very odd position, but it's completely fine. They're pretty much equal. And now we have queen here for a third move of the queen so early in this game. I don't know why he's moved his queen so much, but this was the best move, and this was not a bad move because it's threatening this piece. The piece gets defended though, and now we have knight jumping in to attack the knight on d4, but it's defended by the queen, so you don't really have to do anything about it. So we just castle, Vishy castles too, and now Magnus plays knight to e2, ready to put this bishop here and kick the queen out, making it move once again. It's also defending this knight with literally everything in the position now, and Vishy just plays rook f d8, and that move is not bad. It's not, but everything is equal here for Magnus unless he plays king h1. This move is a little bit better for Magnus. He doesn't play it immediately, but he attacks the queen, and now the queen drops back to pin this knight to the king, so I think that's why you need to play king h1 first. He still saw the idea, and he played king h1 now to get out of the pin, because if he were to play something like this, we'd just have pawn forwards, and this would be pinned, and it would be pretty much losing for Magnus if he just played h3 there. Now Vishy plays d5, and we have Magnus taking the knight on c6, pawn takes back, and queen to e1, ready to jump on this side of the board and create an attack on this knight, or just on the king. So we'll see what happens. We have rook to c8, and now pawn forwards, finding these pawn pushes so amazingly, kicking this knight out. The knight drops all the way back to e8, and now Magnus pushes once again, attacking this bishop and attacking this pawn. We have pawn takes back, and now knight jumps onto f4. Magnus is creating a big attack on this side of the board, trying to move his pieces in, maybe do something like this, but we have bishop takes, queen takes, and now pawn to d4, and Magnus kind of got stopped here. He's got to play like queen e1 maybe queen here. He plays queen d2, so that's not the best move in the position, but queen e1 was, just to threaten this pawn again. But it's not bad. He's threatening this pawn. It's defended, but he can take here, and he's double attacking it. But we have pawn forwards defending this pawn with the queen. Sorry, this pawn with the queen and this pawn with the pawn. And now Magnus Carlsen plays rook e1. Notice that all of Magnus's pieces are on this half of the board, and only the knight is on this half of the board for Anand, and this half of the board, there's nothing over here. There's a couple pawns, but the kings are on this side of the board, and Magnus has all of his pieces over here, so he has easy development to attack the king. We have knight to g7 now, and Magnus plays g4, launching attack on the king side. And now after rook to c6, we have knight to h3, and there's not much that Vishy can do here. The best move is king h8 or queen b8, but like the queen b8 is really hard to see. It kind of just defends. It doesn't really make any forward initiative. He plays knight to e8, which is not the right idea, and Magnus has a pretty big advantage for such a straightforward position. There's not much that he could do here. He does play queen h6, which is the best move, but like Vishy, I don't know what his idea was. He's just moving it back, right? Didn't he just play that there? Yeah, he literally moved it there, and he moves it back. So he just wasted some turns. Magnus jumps his queen in, put his knight there, and his pieces are not doing anything. Like, I don't understand what Vishy's trying to do here. We have knight jumping to f6. That was his idea, trying to reroute the knight to defend this pawn, but even if it's defended, you can still jump this knight here, and you're still threatening a lot of things. There's not much that can happen here. We have d3 now, and that's even worse now. Pawn goes forwards, and we have rook to e5 attacking, just ready to come over and do some threats. I don't know really what he's going to do right now, but we have king h8, and now Magnus plays rook to d1 attacking this pawn. And if this pawn falls, Vishy really has no way to do anything anymore. So he plays queen to a6 attacking this pawn, and Magnus is completely destroying him. With this check, we have king over. It does not look good for Vishy at all. That's not what's played. The best move in the position is also not played, but after a4, Magnus just shows Vishy that Vishy can't do anything in this position. All of his pieces are garbage. This rook, like, these rooks are doing nothing. The queen's doing nothing. The best move here is queen to c8 here, but it's still considerably very bad. After rook c8 and we just take this pawn, all of black's attacks are pretty much over. There's nothing he can do. Yeah, so that was how Magnus destroyed Vishy in 2012, which was 12 years ago, and Magnus was 2843 and Vishy was 2780. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.